Good morning, everybody. Guess who's back?
Who's back again?
Not Texas.
Ooh, got him. Welcome to the Gameday Breakfast, folks.
After a short 1 week break, we are back. Welcome to the Gameday Breakfast Podcast, Bowl Special Edition, Volume Numero Uno.
Hope you brought your bowling shoes, because we are going bowling.
Yeah, some of these games are going to excite you. Other ones, probably not.
Other ones, you will simply laugh at the title of the bowl game.
Yeah, especially one we're going to get to in a few minutes that I like. Also, I'm Spencer. This is Daryl. If you didn't know that already.
Yeah. Y'all doing all right? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
I know you're doing good.
Yeah. If you didn't know that, you do now.
Absolutely.
But if you've magically just now found us, hello, welcome. Odd time to join a college football podcast, but you know.
Hey, more power to you. If you're here, we love you.
Yeah, and if you're not here, then you don't know.
Spencer, I have something to say.
What's up?
Either we're both idiots or I wrote this down wrong. But last week in the Mountain West Championship with Boise State going into the Boise State game against Hawaii, did we or did we not both pick Boise State?
I believe we both picked Boise State.
I think we did too. I wrote down that we picked Hawaii, and I was like, there's no way we both picked against Boise State.
I could have swore I picked Boise State.
I'm pretty sure I got that wrong, so I'm going to go ahead and correct this. Because I was going through and I was like, how do we both lose that? And I was like, there's no way. Because Boise State we're both very high on, so.
Yeah, because Boise State was at home.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and, with that note, with that out there, let's go ahead and recap last week, or the week before last. It was the championship week. The Pac-12 championship, we had Utah at Oregon. Spencer, you picked Utah. I picked Oregon, and I was very happy to see that Oregon did pull it out.
Unfortunately, I thought Utah's defense was gonna show up.
Their defense caught the little case of the yips because they said, "Hey, if we win this one, we're in." And guess what? They did not do.
They eliminated themselves and their entire conference from playoff contention.
Yep, exactly. Well, or rather, Oregon did. But Oregon looked good in this game. Very impressed with their defense because they shut Utah out for 3 quarters. And then now this Utes team that is very disgusted with themselves for laying an egg here, they get the Longhorns here in a couple weeks. So we'll be talking about that one in a bit. But yeah, Oregon, I voted for the drama here.
Yeah, and you got it. And I would say that Utah was the one that cost the Pac-12 a shot at the Pac-12 going to the playoff, but that was actually Arizona State when they beat Oregon. So, but yeah,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So
we covered 11 games last week. Okay, I'm just calculating the records real quick. So that was the Pac-12 championship, the Big 12 championship, another heartbreaker for Baylor. This is a game. And correct me, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this too, Spencer, but this felt like a game that Baylor shouldn't have won until the game started, and then they all of a sudden got off rolling. They were doing very, very well, and then their quarterback gets hurt. Did you catch any of this game?
Yeah, I watched the vast majority of it.
What did you see?
Their quarterback got hurt, but their backup quarterbacks played fine. That number 14, that real big, tall, fast kid, he played good. He threw a couple touchdown passes, but once they got to overtime, they couldn't do much with it.
When it was all on the table, a lot of people were very confused as to why they would let Oklahoma go first. You would think that they want to carry their momentum and go ahead and score.
You always pick defense in overtime?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. Go ahead.
So you know what you have to do. So if they score a touchdown on you, now you know you have to score a touchdown. Mm-hmm. If they score a field goal, you know a touchdown wins you the game. So to me it's the most smart, viable strategy. But I have seen them take the ball first and get their offense down there.
And I think that I think overall the best idea is to go ahead and defer because you get to know what you got to do. You kind of put the pressure on, but I think there are certain situations, and I think I kind of agree with the idea that maybe Baylor should have went ahead and kept the ball just because they had the momentum. They were playing well, they were in a rhythm. They came marching back there at the end. So I mean, I wish they had done it, but still a great game regardless. Oklahoma, another year for Oklahoma, another year of the Big 12 championship. So. Got to be happy if you're an OU fan.
Yeah, they made the playoff, and they get to play my Tigers in a few weeks. So we will definitely be talking about that when the time comes.
Yeah, they're gonna run into a Mardi Gras colored wall, if you ask me. But we will get to that Sun Belt Championship. We both had App State going over Louisiana Lafayette. App State won that game, no surprise there. The MAC championship, Central Michigan over Miami, Ohio. We both had that game picked. Let's see, we had Conference USA, UAB at Florida Atlantic. You were high on the Dragons. Is that their mascot, if I'm not mistaken?
The Blazers.
The Blazers,
it's the Blazers, but it's a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And they got mollywopped.
yeah, they did. 6 points in the first quarter. In the first half, and that was it for them. Florida Atlantic got out to a really hot start, so happy to pick up that win. I had that one. The AAC championship, we had Cincinnati and Memphis. I caught a good bit of this game. This is a good game.
It was a good game. I watched like 4 plays of it.
Yeah,
I've seen highlights. So.
Yeah. It was a very strategic game. There were lots of drives where it was very meticulous. There was a lot of 3 and outs. There was a lot of back and forth, but it was a very solid game. I think we were cleaning the house that day, and I kept coming back in and seeing another play, But that was a good game. You picked Memphis, so you had that one. SEC championship, Georgia at LSU. What did you like from your Tigers in this one?
We played defense. Our defense showed up in the biggest game we've played so far this season. Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow probably had one of his 2 or 3 Heisman moments in this game.
Yeah,
he completed a 16-yard pass to himself.
Yeah, I heard about that.
We were watching this game. We were at a Christmas party, but they had it on a big screen. We were watching this game, and then they won, and then I got incredibly intoxicated, and then we went home, and I went to bed.
As you should. As you should.
Yeah, I was excited.
That's the correct response whenever you win an SEC championship, so good call there. Big Ten championship, Ohio State at Wisconsin. Wisconsin showed up in this game.
The surprise of the weekend, because we were watching this one, too, at the party, and I was like, Wisconsin?
Yeah, I was like, are you up, Wisconsin? What's going on? Yeah, they went into the half 21-7, and I thought, wow, this is going to be, because we were talking about it on the last show. If you tuned into that, we were talking about how there wasn't the upset this year. We haven't had the one defining, I can't believe this just happened. I think the closest we've probably come was Georgia losing to South Carolina.
Sure.
But this was almost that, and then here came Ohio State. Doing what great teams do, and that's making adjustments on both sides of the ball. Shut out Wisconsin in the second half. Came out guns blazing in the third.
Wasn't it 34-24? I think Wisconsin got a field goal in the second half.
No, there was no scoring for Wisconsin in the second half. They shut them out.
Oh, okay.
It was 34-21.
But yeah, this game, the way LSU played in the SEC championship and the way Ohio State played in the Big Ten championship is why LSU got the number 1 spot.
Yes, very much so.
So
yeah,
this game was also ridiculous.
We both had Ohio State picked to win that one. No surprises there. We both had Clemson picked to take down Virginia. No surprises there. They did.
I told you that wasn't going to be close.
No, of course not. You were right about that. And then, of course, the Boise State game against Hawaii. Boise State did their job. We both did pretty well last week, but I think it was pretty black and white. You went 8-3, and I went 7-4 on the picks. So
but yeah,
we didn't
that
do
Clemson
too bad.
Game, dude, they beat the dog snot out of Virginia.
Yeah, that was an ugly game. But
Clemson's real dangerous right now. I'm glad LSU ain't got to play them.
Yeah, Clemson is sort of the dark horse. I don't think you win. I think if you're an LSU fan and you make it to the national championship after this OU game, I think that you're not happy to be facing either of these teams.
I think you'd be happier playing Ohio State, seeing the way they played against Wisconsin.
Yeah, maybe so. You could definitely argue that.
Yeah. I would, it's weird to call the, undefeated defending national champions a dark horse, but...
Yeah, no kidding, right? But that's just the kind of year it's been. They haven't had very flashy year. They haven't had the big time wins. Their early win against A&M turned out to be not anything super big.
And then they almost lost to North Carolina.
Right,
if North Carolina would have kicked that extra point, Mac, you should have done that.
Right. Well, I mean, and I think that they just sort of been under the microscope this year. Whenever you're the top dog, suddenly, the only thing that happens is critiques. Do what?
They passed the test, though. They've won every game.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're number 3, but they're in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to play Ohio State, which they're 3-0 against Ohio State. So
Right. Yeah, and the last thing for last week that I definitely need to mention is the Army-Navy game. Spencer, you had it. You got the win on that one. You picked Navy, as you should have, since they are your team. Army...
we're always going to be opposites on that game, right?
Yeah, it's no problem. That's the way it should be. Army did take a Navy helmet, run over it with a tank, which absolutely just eviscerated it.
That was beautiful.
Brought it and served it up to Roger Staubach, who just kind of chuckled at it like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Navy proceeded to get some revenge.
Yeah. But it's always cool to watch this game when you watch both teams go over there and sing the other academy school song.
Mm-hmm.
It's always really fun to see. Freaking Malcolm Perry, this game was ridiculous.
Absolutely.
300 and something rushing yards, which is the most ever in an Army-Navy game. And he's got the number 2 record in Navy school history for rushing yards in a game. So
yeah, that young man is talented, and he had one hell of a day.
He did. So he's fast. He's so quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I didn't watch a lot of that game just because I sort of knew what was going to happen. But if I had checked at halftime and it was very close, I was going to hop in and really start heckling you. But I thought, no, that's not happening this time.
Yeah. Well, I think Navy scored a touchdown on the Philly special right before half to make it it was either 14-7 or 21-7. 6 seconds before the half, and then they just rode that momentum coming back out.
They just put it away, huh?
Mm-hmm. And it's funny that they were in the Philly special because they were in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, that's the right way to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, my man, you wanna real quick give me your thoughts on your boy Joe Burrow winning the Natty? Excuse me, not yet. winning the Heisman.
Dude, I cried. I genuinely cried. Watching him give his speech and have to stop and compose himself made every time he stopped made me cry more. I was dude, I'm so excited he won, dude. You've been telling me, if LSU goes to and wins the national championship, this is the best season in LSU history. Joe Burrow is going to go down. Right now he's the most decorated player in LSU history.
Yeah.
And if he can add a Peach Bowl championship to that, and then a national championship to that, that would be even all the more impressive. I think they need to build his statue right now because they're going to eventually. Because it just seems like Heisman winners usually get statues. And I think LSU should either retire the number 9 or make the number 9 the way we have our number 7 and our number 18. We only give 18 to seniors, and we only give 7 to you have to be a real special player to get the number 7. But I think they should I think they should retire the number 9. That may be extreme, but I think the number 9 should be special in LSU
Yeah,
history.
there should definitely be something. And I mean, if you're an LSU fan, this is one. Even if you don't call it the best year in LSU history, this is definitely one of the best. Especially if this year ends the way that everyone in Baton Rouge hopes it does, and of course, it's bringing home the Natty. But I mean, they have a tough road ahead of them. This OU team is no pushover. I do think LSU will win that game, and like I said, we will discuss that whenever the time comes. But
yeah,
I think that they have a tough road ahead of them, and I think we're going to have one very entertaining national championship this year.
Yeah, regardless of who it is. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited for Joe. I'm excited for LSU. And who would have thought that me and you would have had Heisman winners from our favorite teams 7 years of each other?
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah, we can't get our pro team to sniff a Super Bowl, but we can get Heisman winners.
I sniff one this year. They're sneaking their way back in there. We'll see what happens.
We beat the Rams. Don't get too excited.
Well, I mean, the Rams are 8-5. They're a decent team, and
I mean, they were in the Super Bowl last year, but
statistically, Dallas is one of the best in the NFL this year. They just don't have the win record to prove it. So if they start playing up to their potential at this time of the year, they got a shot, man. They could go.
No, because if we go to the Super Bowl and win it, Jason Garrett sticks around, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Anyways, this is not the disappointment broadcast. This is the game day. This is a college football show. So we're gonna move on. Time to talk about some bowls, my man.
Yeah. We got bowl season starting. If you're listening to this on the Friday, it goes up Friday the 20th. These games are two games are happening tonight, and then all throughout the weekend and into next week. So
it's going to be a lot of teams that we have not really covered very closely and don't know a whole lot about, but a lot of funny names, and there was some interesting games here as well. So we'll get to those, but. A lot of these will be really hot takes because I'm going to be honest with you, I know very little about Alcorn State's team.
Same.
So
the only thing I know about Alcorn State is the fact that they are
it almost sounds like Acorn State.
Yeah, they're HBCUs. That's who plays in the Celebration Bowl.
They got a bunch of squirrels there.
Yeah, so... But yeah, Daryl, tell me who's going to win the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Played in the Bahamas, in Nassau, Bahamas, between Buffalo and Charlotte.
Why couldn't we get that? Why couldn't A&M get that game? I would absolutely go to the Bahamas to watch some football.
I would too.
I want to know what Makers Wanted is. Let me look that up real quick. Makers Wanted.
It's a whiskey, I believe.
It's a whiskey.
It's like bourbon, I think.
So it's bourbon, and it's football taking place in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Why isn't this the national championship game? Why isn't this the game? Again, this is two teams I don't know a whole lot about. The ESPN predictor has Buffalo with a 63% chance to win. I will say that Buffalo's quarterback's been very secure at the ball. He hasn't thrown for a whole lot of yards, but he's only thrown one interception. Just his 7 touchdowns. I get the impression that they are a rushing team just because their total yards, their average rushing yards is 250 over 143 passing. Charlotte 49ers, you're looking at a more even team here. These are two very good teams for who they are. I think this is going to be a close one, but I like Buffalo. I think if they can get their running game going, it opens up a lot of opportunities. I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm also going with Buffalo.
All right.
So the only thing I know about Charlotte is that we talked about them a couple times this year on like bottom of the barrel or other things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Buffalo because I like their logo and I like their colors.
Yeah, I'm with it. Next, we got the Utah State Aggies going to the Kent State Golden Flashes. Not going to. That's a neutral site. But what's the name of this one?
The Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl.
Ooh.
Being played in Frisco, Texas.
Oh, okay. No, that's not too
I am
funny.
not familiar with the Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Well, you know what?
Give me some information about the Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Is this the tradition? I look at all the brands. Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Frisco. Let's see. This place.
A knockoff Smoothie King? Is that what
Well,
this is?
they close at 9 tonight. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Let's see. They have They have some grilled cheese sandwiches. They just started serving them. This place looks like this is just McAllister's, dude.
It just looks like McAllister's.
This is just McAllister's, except they have like a picture of a Shiba Inu on their website, and they have some seasoned. Okay, this says seasoned treatings. Introducing our new grilled cheese sandwiches. This classic comfort food is a staple with the smoky grilled cheese. We're not sponsored by Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
No, we're not.
No, I don't know.
We were not aware of them until right now, so...
I would eat there. I'd eat there
too. Yeah, I'm looking at this website now.
That's solid
advertising. This grilled
advertising.
cheese looks good, but I could probably make a better one at my house.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, this looks like a knockoff McAllister's, and I think I'd rather go to McAllister's, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Also, sidebar, before we talk about who's going to win this game, McAllister's is famous for their sweet tea, but they need to change their formula, because if I have to put sweetener in your sweet tea, it ain't sweet enough. Anyway.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But it's interesting that you say that because Callie is obsessed with their tea because it's really sweet. It's almost too sweet for me. So I guess we just have
Utah State's going to win, by the way.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're going with? Because I'm actually taking Kent State here.
Well, I say Utah State 1 because they're the Aggies, and 2 they have Josh Love, and he's going to be a high prospect. I have no idea if he's going to play in this game, but he is going to be a high first round quarterback draft prospect. So,
well, I don't know.
Utah State.
I don't buy it. He's put a lot of yards up. I'll give him that. He has put a lot of yards up. His completion rate's all right. 17 touchdowns for this young man in the season. 16 interceptions. Well, only one less touch. 16 interceptions. Now this other guy, what's his name? I'm assuming his name is Dustin Crum. Kent State's quarterback, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I always like quarterbacks that are secure with the ball, and it looks like they actually pass the ball a little more than they do run it. So I'm taking Kent State here.
Yeah, the Golden Flashes. I'm still going with the Aggies, but I like the Golden Flashes as a mascot.
Solid. Give me the next game, bowl game, sir.
The New Mexico Bowl between Central Michigan and San Diego State.
I'm not going to look up New Mexico. You guys should know what that is.
Yeah. Played at Dream Style Stadium in Albuquerque.
This is Central Michigan and San Diego State?
Yeah, Central Michigan versus San Diego State.
Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and get that written down. Let me see about this one. Both, one is 8. Okay, so Central Michigan's 8-5. San Diego State's 9-3. Let me see about this one. Yeah, even okay, no, I stand corrected. The page wasn't done. The page was not done loading when I looked at it. Yeah, Central Michigan looks like they're coming off a tough loss, but then again, San Diego State appears to not really have a whole lot going offensively. I'm taking Central Michigan here. I think that San Diego State's not going to have enough moving on offense to get anything done here.
I'm going to go with San Diego State because they always have good running backs. And the games they've lost have all been close. And the guy who holds the record for most rushing yards in a career went to San Diego State. So I'm going to go with the Aztecs on this one.
I'm actually going to swap. I'm going to go ahead and go with San Diego State as well because their defense is only allowing 19 points a game right now. So even if they don't, this is probably going to be like a 14-12 game or something like that. Yeah, I'm going with San Diego as well. Solid pick, my man.
Yeah. But yeah, you would tell me about the next one, Daryl?
Yeah, we got hold on, why is it not showing up? Is it because of the timing? Hold on. Here we go. Are we doing? No, we're not doing those yet. Okay, I skipped ahead. We're not doing the North Carolina game yet, right?
No.
Okay, gotcha. That was on the list. So you're just going down the page too?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have,
and on the schedule.
Next we have the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl, and that is Liberty versus Georgia Southern.
In Orlando.
What a
I'm gonna go with the Georgia Southern Eagles because I'm never gonna pick against those uniforms.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm also gonna take them.
That's that navy blue Alabama look. I'm not. It looks good. I'm gonna go with them.
at Georgia Southern Eagles. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Georgia Southern as well. All right, on to the next. We got a lot of these to pump through, folks. Then we've got... Go ahead.
Second best bowl name that we're going to talk about today.
Ooh, I'm going to let you say it.
We've got the Cherry Bundy Boca Raton Bowl versus... it is the SMU Mustangs versus the Florida Atlantic Owls. They're actually playing at FAU's stadium in Boca Raton. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we talked a lot about SMU this season. SMU certainly impressed the hell out of me this season. If you can hear that, please excuse my dog barking in the background. SMU definitely impressed both of us. They've kind of lost a few games down the stretch. Florida Atlantic's coming off this big win in the conference championship game. But I'm going to go with SMU here. I like what Shane Buechele did this season. I like James Prochet. So I'm going to go with the Mustangs, even though it's basically a home game for Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, I understand that. That's a solid pick. SMU is very good, and they have been all year. Shane Buechele is definitely improving his draft stock. I know he doesn't have much time left, but he could be one of those late rounders, no doubt. So SMU is very talented. I'm gonna go with Florida Atlantic here simply because they didn't let me down last week, and they were very dominant in their win against UAB. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Florida Atlantic again.
Yeah, that's fine. They played good, so.
For sure.
But yeah, I definitely like SMU. I like SMU in this one. So.
Next up, we have the 6-6 Florida International Tigers. I'm assuming they are against the Panthers. Okay, against the 7-5 Arkansas State Red Wolves in the Camellia Bowl.
Which is named after a flower. Being played. Okay. There in Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm going to go with, I don't know much about these teams. Shout out to Aaron Rose, who goes to Florida International now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I'm going to go with Arkansas State in this one because of the inspiring story of, it's a sad story. Earlier this year, their head coach lost his wife to cancer. And then they went and played Georgia, and everybody wore pink in the stadium. So after seeing, how he was able to inspire his team and get them to play, I've got a lot of respect for that coach. So I'm gonna go with the Red Wolves here. Also, Red Wolves is a unique mascot name.
That is. I'm gonna go with that too, just because I like the story. I'm going to take Arkansas State. Best of luck to the Red Wolves in that one.
Yeah.
Don't let me down.
These games here, from the Central Michigan game to this last one we're about to talk about, are all Saturday, December 21st.
Right, and so we're just talking about the first batch of bowl games. We're going to talk about the rest of them as they come. So
yeah, we're going on a week-by-week basis until we get to the big ones and then the national championship.
For sure. Your number 19 Boise State Mustangs.
Broncos.
Did I say Mustangs? I meant Broncos.
You said Mustangs.
You know what I meant. Sorry. It's too much. My mind wanted to say Broncos, but then I thought about Joe Flacco, and I was like, oh, no. So I thought I have to go something else. Got your Boise State Broncos going to see the Washington State Huskies, in the Mitsubishi. I can't talk. Why don't you just talk? Why am I on this show?
Yeah. The number 19 Boise State Broncos versus the Washington Huskies in the Mitsubishi Motors Las Vegas Bowl. They're at Sam Boyd Stadium in Vegas. Washington had a bit of a disappointing year this year. Hopes were certainly high for them coming into this season. They ended up going 7-5 with Jacob Eason as their quarterback, and Boise State certainly on a roll. And they won the Mountain West Championship. And their only loss this season so far was in upset fashion to BYU. So I'm going to go with Boise State in this one.
Yeah, Boise State, I think, kind of getting slept on here because Washington is the favorite. It's a low spread. It's only 3.5 points, so I think it's going to be close. Yeah. But yeah, Boise State, the ranked team, being the underdog here. Yeah, I like Boise State too. I think they come in with a chip on their shoulder. They're playing good football right now. They're playing their best football right now. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, also former Boise State head coach Chris Peterson is currently the head coach at Washington, but this will be his last game at Washington for reasons I'm not sure of.
Because he's going back to Boise State.
Is he going back to Boise State?
That is not true. I just made that up.
I don't know why. I think I think he may be stepping away for medical reasons. I'm not sure. But this will be his last game at Washington.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. That would make sense. Let's see. Let me look at the calendar here and see how far we need to go. You want to take on the next one? Tell me about the next one.
Yeah, we've got the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl between number 20 Appalachian State and UAB. They're at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
Well, they get to go to a nice place.
Yeah.
First of all, what are the RNL carriers? Can you give me a quick Google search and tell me about that?
I believe it is some kind of courier service. It's like I'm going to look at it now. It's like logistics and freight shipping, and like if you need like a truck, if you need to ship something big, they handle it. So they're like a logistics company.
How incredibly interesting.
That's what they do. And I believe they're based there in New Orleans, which is why they always sponsor the New Orleans Bowl.
That makes sense. I'm going to take App State in this one. UAB is 17-point dogs. They're coming off a tough loss. App State is on the upswing right now. Had a great season, only one loss. I think they make it 13 wins here. Give me App State.
Yeah, give me App State too.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Mountaineers over the Blazers. Although in real life a dragon would win that fight.
Yeah, that's a little foreshadowing for one of our future podcasts there.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and then Monday, December 23rd, we've got the best bowl name in the whole season.
Hit me.
We've got the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl.
You can't be serious.
I am dead serious.
Come on, dude.
I don't know what Gasparilla is, but I don't know what Gasparilla means, but I do know that Bad Boy Mowers is they are a lawnmower company, and they make lawnmowers. That's what they do. I don't know what Gasparilla is, but I'm going with UCF because I don't know anything about Marshall.
What's next? Like the Frankenstein Heating and Cooling Bowl? Like what are we doing, guys?
That should be our bowl game.
Or the Frankenstein Heating and Cooling Bowl. Frankenstein brothers. There's got to be somebody out there. There's got to be somebody out there with the last name Frankenstein.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, if your last name is Frankenstein, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, UCF Knights going to see playing Marshall, the Thundering Herd. I didn't realize that was their mascot. Yeah, I mean, this would be a really good one for Marshall to win. I think this would be a huge win for them. Do a lot for their program. This is a UCF team that, despite being the representative of all the lesser voices in the previous couple years, with their quote-unquote national championship, that one year has really been flat this year, it happens. But I think they're still the better team here. I'll give me UCF.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with UCF.
For sure.
But yeah. And then on Tuesday, December 24th, we've got the SoFi Hawaii Bowl between Hawaii and BYU.
How far is it?
Aloha Stadium in Honolulu.
Yeah, but how far is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, God, it's so far right now.
It is.
All right. I'm sorry.
But I'm going to go with Hawaii because it's a home game for them. And all those Mormons just get to go out there and chill on the beach. Hawaii
and BYU. Yeah, BYU is gonna probably enjoy this trip a lot more than the Rainbow. Oh my God, Hawaii's name or their mascot is the Rainbow Warriors. I never knew that.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I love that.
Rainbow Warriors. Pick one. It's great.
The Rainbow Warriors. I want this to change the name to the Power Rangers. Anyways, I got Hawaii here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a home game, So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Then we have, let's see. So where do we want to draw the line for our time machine game? Are we going to cover everything on the 26th and then wait and then pick? We're going to pick the Friday the 27th games next time.
Yeah, next week will be the Friday the 27th.
We just got these 2 games.
No time machine game. Yeah, just these 2 games left.
All right, cool. Thursday, December 26th, the day before our next podcast, we will have Louisiana Tech and Miami in the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. Who you got?
Louisiana Tech, because Miami's lost 8 of the last 9 bowl games they've been in, and Louisiana Tech's really good.
Yeah, they were talking about this at Game Day on Saturday morning and how Miami has the talent to win this game. They definitely can, but it's hard for Miami to show up in a bowl game for whatever reason. I'm actually going to take Miami here. I think Louisiana Tech is going to be a good team. They're going to come strong, but I don't know. I got a feeling that Miami's going to turn it around and break history's trend. So give me Miami here.
Yeah. I feel that. I'm definitely go with the Bulldogs in this one.
Yeah. As you should. I mean, they're a great team, 9-3. They've had a fantastic year, and they always have a pretty solid program. So.
Yeah. And Walk-Ons is a restaurant, by the way, that's owned by Drew Brees. If you didn't know that. Yeah.
How do you know? Okay. Now I got to go to one.
Yeah. There's one in Lake Charles.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right. Well, what's that last one, brother?
The Quick Lane Bowl between Pittsburgh and Eastern Michigan at Ford Field in Detroit. I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan because I like their color scheme, that like green and like they wear uniforms that have like diamond plate texture in the numbers sometime. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan because they're playing there in Detroit, so it's kind of like a home game for them.
Yeah, this is I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with the Panthers, which that feels really weird to say, the Pittsburgh Panthers. Usually it's the Carolina Panthers or the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kind of weird to see that hybrid name, but of course it is what it is. But give me Pitt here. They're largely favored to win. I think their quarterback is very productive here. They're allowing a lot less points per game. I think their defense is the real deal. Give me Pittsburgh here.
All right. Yeah, that works.
And
we kind of flew through those.
Yeah, well, and I think we're going to have a lot more fun when we get to some of the more games towards the new year because we will be able to really sink our teeth into some teams we're familiar with, some teams that we've actually been able to watch a little bit. So this is a bit of a weird week, so I think it was more fun really just to sort of make fun of or make fun with the names of some of these.
So short episode this week, shorter than usual.
Yeah, that's okay. We're also testing out something a little bit different with the audio, so I may sound a little bit more clear. Spencer may sound a little bit more clear. So if you've been here for a bit, this will sound a little bit different, and hopefully that will be to your liking.
So
hopefully it'll make for some easier listening.
For sure. But yeah,
Pumpup Song? You got a Pumpup Song?
Yeah, Set It Off by Lil Boosie. Because they put out a hype video about Joe Burrow going to the Heisman Trophy ceremony before they announced that he won it.
That's right.
And so it made me. And it was narrated by Tyrann Mathieu, so I was like, yeah, I gotta pick that song this week. Oh yeah,
I totally get that. Song I heard a long time ago. The song is called "Going Down for Real" by Flo Rida and featuring the Sage the Gemini and somebody else, but it's not pulling over. I forgot who the other guy is on it.
Yeah.
Awesome song. It's very the beat is very hot. It's a lot of fun.
It's like the definition of a pump up song. It's like a It's like the instrumental's great. The beat's great. Also, if you're don't listen to "Set It Off" by Lil Boosie around your kids. It's definitely very explicit.
Yeah, probably the same for GDFR. Should we just make our show like 13 plus next year or something? Should we make our show like actually for adults or for the more mature ear?
It's already kind of maybe not because kids like college football too.
Yeah, maybe so.
But you can find edited versions of the songs we talk about.
Welcome to the Executive Decision Podcast.
Yeah.
Well, my man, I think the only thing we got left is just something cool outside of college football.
Yeah.
What is your cool thing?
Some of you may know about Epic Rap Battles of History. It is a YouTube series where they take two characters and they make them rap battle. And very recently they put out one that was the Joker versus Pennywise from It. And oh my goodness, it is like the best one they've ever done. The acting was great, the costumes were great, the editing was great, the music was amazing, but the rapping and the bars that they hit, which is kind of a reference to one of the lines in the rap, were just they just went straight for the jugular in both of them. So you should definitely check out that one, but you should check out their entire catalog because they make really great content.
Oh yeah, no, they've done a fantastic job for years now. It's good to see them kind of back on the radar a little bit. Mad props to them.
Yeah, this one got like 10 million views in like a week or something like that.
Wow.
Like
okay.
It's ridiculous. It's still got in the neighborhood of like 10 million views right now, and it was put up like 3 weeks ago. But this one soared. Like it hit like 7-8 million views within a week. So
man, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones they've ever done. Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd have been pumping out this type of content for a long time, and they're really good at it.
Yeah, my something cool is gonna be that you actually recently got to go through and watch all the Marvel movies, having not been able to watch any of them except for Black Panther.
Yeah. Well, no, I had seen the Iron Mans and the Thors and the Captain America.
Well, right, but you hadn't seen like Phase 2 and forward. You haven't seen like all the crossovers.
Yeah, but I have now, and I'm super excited about it because I get to talk about it and discuss, get into very long discussions that I didn't necessarily want to be in on Facebook about
getting
Thanos'
heated political debate. Yeah, heated political debates about Thanos' philosophy and thought process and motivation. So
yeah, and it was with a guy I actually agree with, who I have good conversations with. But at the time, I was tired, and I was like, I don't want to think this much about a movie villain.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can definitely run that into the ground and be like, all right, I just kind of want to enjoy the movie, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I thought that was cool. It was exciting to see you sort of react to all the movies, right? Because I've been watching them since they sort of all began to get stringed together, you know. And it was very cool to see you sort of react to. It was cool to see you experience, and over the course of a couple of days, what I experienced over the course of a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I quite enjoyed all your reactions and being like, "Well, what did you think of this? And what did you think of that?" You know, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody listening, but just that was very cool.
Yeah, there were a couple lines in there that freaking destroyed me. My wife is laughing if you hear that in the background.
I do hear that. She's howling.
She did something funny.
Oh.
And she's laughing. But
go ahead, tell them what I did.
She knocked a plate of lasagna on the floor accidentally.
And I tried to touch it with
Oh no.
So.
Oh no.
But anyway.
Well, next time on the Lasagna Crash podcast.
Oh my God, I'm so bad.
So. But yeah, I think that's going to about do it for us this week, y'all.
That'll wrap it up. But we'll have a lot more to talk about next week because some of the bowl games will get a little bit more spicy. We'll have some more familiar faces in those teams, and we'll even be talking about the New Year's Six bowls too, won't we?
No, because they're not until the week after. So
okay.
We might wrap it up. Week and then we get into the big stuff, depending on how the schedule falls. But
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Either way, when we do.
Yeah, either way, it's going to be a lot of fun because we'll have a lot more familiar teams. We're going to get some very interesting matchups that we would have loved to have seen earlier in the season. So, be looking forward to that. And then I guess that's pretty much it. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see y'all next week.
All right, brother.
All right.